Thank you so much, Leka. That was a beautiful one. Thank you. So the next person we'll be calling is the good sponsors of this NiX Talk, Mr. Omotayo Hassan, Renewable Explorer, TotalEnergies. He's going to be talking about green, clean tech and the future of energy. So can we have him on the stage right now?
I will, in a few minutes, talk to you about renewable energy, specifically from the standpoint of what we do as historically an oil and gas hydrocarbon business company, where we've now moved away from not just doing exploration, production, sale of downstream products, AGO, APK, PMS, but we have now gotten very aggressively as part of what all over the world into renewable business. TotalEnergies is, as you all know, we're historically an hydrocarbon company, but now we're no longer that. We're more or aggressively into utilities. Can you go to the next slide? This is just, okay, thank you. So we want to, as part of what's happening all over the world with innovation, with alternative energy, renewable technology, we are adapting with times, very simply put. So we want to sell renewable, sustainable energy solutions worldwide as a company. So I'll very quickly talk to you about our strategy as a group, as a company. Then I'll talk to you about what we're doing in Nigeria and just give you an overview of who we are as a company in the renewable space. So as part of innovation, energy is reinventing itself. Nigeria today, 15 gigawatts of installed generation capacity, about 5 gigawatts is available capacity. We can talk about why we have just 5 out of 15, transmission issues, gas issues, and so on and so forth. But in Nigeria today, as a country, we don't have 1 kilowatt of renewable power on the grid. Now, people make arguments and say that hydro is a renewable, no doubt about it. So if that's the case, then we can say we do, but we talk predominantly renewables, solar, wind, biomass, and so on and so forth. We have none of that on the grid today. So energy is reinventing itself. The idea is less emissions and more sustainable energy. So we're aggressive in this entire energy transition that's happening. Like I mentioned earlier, we're an oil and gas company. We have now become a renewables electricity company. We're doing biomass in other parts of the world, not in Nigeria yet. And we're doing hydrogen all over Europe as well. What this shows you is it tells you that we have very strong support from our shareholders. So more than 92% of our shareholders have approved this strategy for us as a company. And the idea is, as of today, we continue to do our exploration and production business, but the idea is to use the revenues from those exploration and production to then build out the company as part of this innovation, energy changing, to build the future. So let me talk about our renewable strategy. We target to 18 gigawatts by the end of, we did a little gigawatts all over the world. We have 2025 all over the world. And we are going to do 100 gigawatts by 2030. These are very strong targets that we can't deviate from. We're held to it by our shareholders, by investors, and by everybody that works for the company. We have made a commitment to get ambition by 2050. They're spending $3 billion a year in renewables over the world. I am stating this thing so you can see how seriously we take this, how important this is to us as a company. We've been active in the renewable space since 2011. 50% of our energy mix by 2050 is expected to be renewable energy. So today, you look at our revenues and this big chunk of it coming from oil and gas and this little bit coming from renewables. In 2050, we want to see a split between renewables and historical oil and gas. We have solarized 2,700 of our retail stations all over the world. In Nigeria, let me bring it back home, we have 540 retail stations all over the country. 256 of them have been solarized. I am stating this to show that we're moving with time as a company, going with the innovation, we're going with renewable energy, and we're changing as a company. What do we do? I keep talking about renewable energy, so what exactly does Total do? TotalEnergies. Because we're no longer Total, we're now TotalEnergies because we're now doing all energies. It's important for me to mention that. So we do large-scale, utility-scale projects, 100, 200 big, large farms. We do on-site projects, so rooftops, carports, ground-mounted solar projects. Onshore and offshore, onshore wind on land, offshore wind on water, or put the panels on water. We do energy storage. So we own an energy storage company called SAFT. We own a panel manufacturing company called SunPower. So we have over 500 CNI customers today that we've provided renewable energy solutions to their production facilities. I will talk about that and how we're doing that in Nigeria in the next few slides. We have a strong footprint in Europe, in India, in Asia generally, and we're building out very strongly in Africa as well. So where are we strong? Where in this whole renewables thing, what does TotalEnergies do? So we are involved in the entire value chain. So development, design, O&M, construction, production, we play in every part of the space. We don't typically want to go into a project where it's ready to build and somebody has put in all the early stage risky development capital and then we come in and just build. We're not lenders, we are developers. So we're happy to bring in early stage development capital, build out, construct, construction risk, O&M, and then operations. So that's basically what this is talking about. We're basically a multi-energy integrated company. This slide talks very quickly about some of the things I've mentioned earlier, but it's important to show it in a snapshot. It gives you a very good idea of how aggressive we are in this move to renewable energy. We as a company, the group, is going to spend $60 billion by 2030. We're spending $3 billion a year right now. I talked about our retail stations all over the world, 2,700, 256 in Nigeria. Right now, the number you're looking at, 7,000 employees, have increased significantly. We have more than 200 projects in construction, more than 900 projects in operation. We have installed, like I mentioned to you, more than 18 gigawatts at the end of 2022. We're going to do 35 gigawatts by the end of 2025 and 100 gigawatts by 2030. That is to show you that we are becoming the top 5 renewable company in the world. As an oil major, that is a... There is a company called Right Foods. Some of you know them. So if you see that they are the manufacturers of Biggie, have built a 1 megawatt for them. We have signed to build a 3 megawatt plant for them as a phase 2. For their production place called in Ogun State. They have been able to integrate renewable energy to their same generation at their plant. This is a picture of some of what I mentioned earlier, rooftop on-site that we do. All of these buildings you're looking at, well, not all of them, sorry. The one on the bottom left is our building in Abuja. The one on the right is our logistics base in Oniru. Just to show, and the top 2 pictures are DHL facilities that we've built renewable energy solutions for. I just talked about logistics base, small project, 170 kilowatt peak, but it goes to show that we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. We don't just build for customers, we build for our own assets as well. This is our building in Abuja, right across from the NNPC towers. This is our rooftop. We've built 98 kilowatt peak of solar generation in there, reduced significantly how much we're spending on diesel, then bringing in cleaner energy for the building. I mentioned DHL earlier when I showed the pictures. This is in Ibadan. We built this for them. This has solar panels, has significant amount of energy storage, about 25 kilowatts of energy storage in the building. So this facility is almost off generator. They're basically just using renewable energy to power that asset, that building. This again is another DHL facility. Again, 23 kilowatt peak of solar power generation and 40 kilowatt peak of battery storage that we've built for them. So what you find is the multinationals have made net zero ambitions to get to net zero by a particular time. So what they're doing is all over the world, they are integrating and incorporating energy into their energy generation. This is important to mention because this is a big part of innovation. I'm going to digress very quickly to say this, but in Nigeria today, we have 76% of our generation is gas, 24% of our generation is hydro, on the grid. We're a gas manufacturing company, we're a gas producing company, sorry. So it is expected that a huge part of our generation will come from gas. But we've got to get into what is happening all over the world. We've got to get into renewable energy as part of the world and the train moving. This is a 5 megawatt project in Kano for a company called Mamuda. It's a fast moving consumer goods company. They do beverages, they do confectionaries, they have bakeries. They're in a place called Chalawa in Kano. We're building 5 megawatts for them. And basically, again, it's part of what is happening over the world, taking away the pollution, reducing the gas generation and diesel generation, and then bringing renewable energy that stays with you for 25, 30 years and reduces pollution wherever you're producing. This is a TotalEnergies asset. It's our OML 58. We're looking to do 10 megawatt project for them and with battery storage. I keep talking about some of the customers we've done for, but I also felt like it was important to show, because I've been at this kind of event before where I talked about what we're doing, and somebody said, what are you, TotalEnergies, what are you doing for your own building? So it's important to show you that we're not just doing this for customers, but we're also doing this for our own assets as well, to show that we're taking this very, very seriously. And that's it for me. I hope I've been able to provide you some context around renewable energy, what innovation means, what it's doing in the energy space, specifically renewable energy. Thank you for your time.